position and just hold on to that water. And what we're looking for is making sure the fingertips are facing the bottom and your elbows are high, okay? And so we should be able to see this on the side, but Aiden's gonna go off here. We'll see if the speed's right and take a look at how he gets into that catch position. All right. So I'm going to explain this a little bit better for him. All right, good job. So that was good. What we're going to do is we're going to take that down, okay? And I want to see you when you go into the catch. Arms come around. The fingertips need to press down, and I want to see your fingertips pointing to that bottom. All right. Maybe slow it up a little bit, and we're going to be right here. All right. Just see if you can hold it. See if you can hold a steady pace right there. Yeah, that's much better. Still, his hands are down a little bit, and they're actually up a little bit, and they need to be down a little bit more. There we go. Good. So that was awesome. Let's do it one more time and see if you can be really controlled, okay? And you can just have a freestyle kick, okay? So nice and smooth. What we're doing is we're just trying to find that catch position. Fingertips down towards the bottom. There we go. Okay, that's much better. His fingertips are still pointing forward a little bit. Like to see him a little bit farther down, but that's really good. But that allows him to get into that kind of power position, fingertips down where you're going to be grabbing the most water possible. Very good. Okay, this time, what we're going to do is you're going to get in that position, and you're going to take both arms and go past the mirror. So go back a little bit. Start back here. You're going to get in that skull position. You're going to skull forward a little bit, and then you're going to grab a ton of water and go through. So this is what we call finished skull, okay? And this allows you to work on the back half of the butterfly stroke. Right there, boom. And then let it drip. So you can do this in a normal pool and just be in a steady state, skull, and then be really purposeful with that pool. Very good. All right, so that's one drill we do for the top part of the stroke. The next thing we do a lot of is working on the kick, okay? This is probably the thing that I see the most difference with kind of good swimmers to great flyers is having two equal powerful kicks. And so we do all kinds of work where we work on getting, grabbing water with the down part of the kick, but then also the up part of the kick. And one way we do that is just by kicking on our side. So he's gonna go on his side and he's gonna think about his down kick and his up kick. And if he doesn't have a good up kick, he's gonna slam into the wall. So let's see if he can survive here. You can kind of see it under. So, okay, let's stop him. That's fine. Good. Now let's turn it up a bunch. All right, we're gonna make him work here a little bit. And I could see that was good, but what we'd really like to see is a little bit more knee bend and flipping that water off the end of your toes. Excellent. There we go. Good. Make him work. Good. Very good. Okay, now we're going to give you a little break. This guy has already done a 6 to 8 a.m. long course practice with lots of fly this morning. So you should be warmed up. All right, here we go. We're going to push off and let's really get into it on that side kick. Let's see if we can flip you on the other side now. But what we're looking at is trying to find excellent. Excellent. All right, that's good. That's good. Was it harder on that side?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes you also find the weaknesses, and this is when you're doing side kick, butterfly, is making sure you just don't say side kick, butterfly. If you get on the other side, that really helps with the balance. and makes them feel a little bit more balanced on their weak side. But the key there is that you're kicking with both the front and the back of the kick. Now, the only other thing that we do a ton of, and this is definitely something I pulled from Eddie Reese, is that's kicking on your back and with your arms down by your side, which that's something I've changed over the last 3 years, and it does a lot of really good things. One, it's harder because you're not in a streamline. Two, I think it allows you to get a little bit more knee bend. And then the third thing is, when you're doing a kick set in the middle of a practice and your arms are down by your side, it really helps not get the shoulders impinged the entire time you're doing a kick set. So it is a little bit slower, and this is something that I would do with Carson Foster all the time, and I might have everybody else streamline. If you've got two different groups, two different levels in your practice, with your arms down by your side, you could have your upper level flyers do that. And then if you want to have everybody on the same cycle, everybody else could have a streamlined fly kick. So let's try that. So he's going to be on his back, right? He's done this before, so he has an idea, but the arms are down. Yeah, good, a little slower. Very good, but you can see the knee bend. And he's really flipping that water up. That's excellent. Very good. But I highly recommend that drill, and a great way to get a lot of kicking in and a lot of work. That was awesome. Does anybody have any questions?
Do you guys ever use a skull or any hand play with that, or just stationary?
Yeah, so the question was, do you ever use like any sculling? And what happens, we don't intentionally do that, but if I put the cycle fast enough, they kind of do that. So, do you do that?
A little bit, yeah, just to feel the end of the stroke a little bit as it connects to the kick.
Yeah.
But not all the time.
Well, I think it naturally happens a little bit.
Yeah.
And if you're really trying to go fast,
yeah,
there's that natural little thing. That's good. Any other questions? Yeah.
So when you're talking about kicking on the side,
Yep.
one side being weaker than the other side, where's your assessment of really where that weakness is coming from? Because it's a similar motion, right?
It is. And that's kind of going into other strokes. The question was, when you're kicking on your side, do you have one side be a little more comfortable than the other? That's kind of not so much a fly thing, I don't think, but more of a, just like right hand, left hand. One feels a little bit more natural than the other. And we spend a lot of time working on that, especially at the beginning of the season with balance drills, and really working on the weak side of your what you're uncomfortable with. And that really helps balance out strokes. All right. So now we're going to put it all together. And not that this is an amazing drill, but something new, but it's 4 kicks, 1 pull. And what that does is that helps set up the kick and helps with the timing, and you kind of put it all together. So, and what we're really working on here, and this is something that Russell talks about all the time, it's something we say every day at practice, and that's kicking the hands forward. All right, so you're not going to be super undulating, but you're going to just kick the hands forward. It's going to put you in a nice, smooth, flat butterfly. All right, so 4 kicks, 1 pull. And then you can get, that's awesome. So he's using that skull drill that we just did with the fingertips down. He's getting right in that power zone, grabbing a ton of water. This also helps with timing. So you kind of kick, and then the big stroke. That was awesome. So highly recommend that drill. That helps with timing. It helps with kicking the hands forward. And it also works on 2 kicks per stroke, which is so important. And that's the difference between being good and great. I have a flyer that if he's a 142, 200 fly, and if he doesn't kick 2 kicks per stroke, and he's not very with it all the time, so he doesn't, even though he just got into Stanford, he'll go 155 instead of 142. So, and it's a lot harder for him too. He doesn't put it all together. So we're gonna put it all together here. Butterfly swim, you're gonna kick the hands forward. You're gonna have a nice power zone, 2 equal kicks, and look really good. All right. Yeah, turn it up. He's got a pretty good butterfly. All right, let's hear it for Aiden.